So, as an Italian loving car guy, uh, I have to ask you. I mean, what do you think of a Ferrari SUV?
The Purosangue, um, I actually don't mind it. It's a little bit surface is a little bit loopy,
A
little
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 wavy, yeah.
little wavy. Yeah, I'd like to tighten it up a little bit. I'd like to take about 20 psi out of it. I don't mind that Ferrari's doing that. I think that just doing hypercars or near hypercars is it's starting to get dull. SF90, 488 Pista, they're all incredibly fast. I'm not a fan of Ferrari's design language these days, in particular the interiors. I think they're very piecemeal and very busy. And that's why when I look at the Purosangue, it's almost refreshing to see a more normal car. The Roma almost did it, but the front's a little too strange for me. I can't get past it. I drove one. It's a nice car, but for that money, there are a lot of cars I'd rather have.
Well, and what goes across the auction block and Car Week in Monterey is pretty interesting too, from the Ferrari perspective.
Yeah, all the
Um,
new stuff is going for crazy money.
it is. It is. I mean, what do you think of if I think of classic things? Classic to me, maybe I don't know.
Yeah,
But the Enzo, Michael Schumacher's Enzo. You
yeah,
know,
yeah. And I get it. The Enzo, naturally aspirated V12, incredibly fast Schumacher's car. I didn't like how that car looked either.
Mm,
My love of Ferrari ends about at the F40,
okay.
maybe the 355. I like the 355. I used to have a 328 GTS, but that's old school at this point. Yeah, but of the modern era, the late Enzo period, 288 GTO would be the car for me.
Are
So if
you
you know
also
anyone who's trying to sell one for maybe 4,800 bucks, have them give me a call.
are you also a fan of Italian fashion and clothing and Panerai watches and things like that, or does it stop at cars?
It stops at cars. I mean, most designers, you're supposed to say, I love Italian fashion. I get it. I just doesn't move. I like watches. I have a couple of watches, but I'm more of a vintage Italian car fan.